Good evening. We have got the FA Cup third round draw starting very soon. There are 4 non-league sides left. Well, 3.5 as such, because Brackley have got their game tonight, of course. So we got Macclesfield, the lowest ranked side. We've also got Weston-super-Mare and we've got Boreham Wood in the draw. I will go through the draw numbers quickly if you'd like. I did have them written down somewhere. If you just put in the comments for the time being, guys, who you would like your team to get in this third round draw, and then we'll see what happens. This is the best time of year, I think, for non-league teams. It's a shame there's not quite so many of them. In recent years, we've not really had that many non-league sides reaching the third round. I think last year there was only Dagenham and Tamworth. This year we've got 3 guaranteed, 4 if Brackley win their game tonight against Burton Albion. So there's 65 teams left. I'm going to go through the draw numbers quickly now. I think the draw is going to start in just a few minutes' time. It is going to be streaming on TNT Sports as well, which is what I'm watching from. So number 1, bizarrely, we've got AFC Bournemouth. 2 is Arsenal, 3 Aston Villa, 4 Birmingham City. Isaac has already said in the chat he wants Villa Blues, so that would be 3 against 4. We got 5 is Blackburn, Brentford a 6, Brighton a 7, Bristol City 8, Burnley 9, Charlton 10, Chelsea 11, Coventry 12, Holders Crystal Palace a ball 13, Derby 14, Everton 15, Fulham 16, Hull 17, 18 Ipswich, 19 Leeds, 20 Leicester City. Good evening, Joseph. You've got an interest in the draw tonight, haven't you? 21 is Liverpool, 22 Manchester City, 23 Manchester United, 24 Middlesbrough, 25 Millwall, 26 is Newcastle, 27 Norwich, 28 is my local Prem side, Nottingham Forest, who I saw for 4 rounds last year. 29 is Oxford, who I also saw in last year's FA Cup. 30 Portsmouth, 31 Preston, 32 QPR, 33 is Sheffield United, 34 is Sheffield Wednesday. That's a potential. 35 Southampton, nearly missed them out. 36 Stoke City, 37 is Sunderland, 38 is Swansea City, 39 is Tottenham, 40 Watford, 41 West Brom, 42 West Ham, 43 Wolves, 44 is Wrexham, who haven't been in the third round automatically for years. So this is where it gets interesting. From 45 to 64, we have the teams outside the top 2 tiers. We've got Macclesfield 45, Grimsby 46, Shrewsbury 47, Swindon 48, Weston-super-Mare 49, Barnsley 50, Boreham Wood 51, MK Dons 52, Wigan 53, Fleetwood 54, Salford 55, Mansfield Town 56, Cambridge 57. The winners of tonight's game, Brackley or Burton Albion, a ball 58, Blackpool a 59, Walsall a 60, Exeter City, ball 61, Cheltenham Town 62, Doncaster 63, and Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers, it's not Bristol Rovers, it's Port Vale 64. This site here that I'm using has got that wrong. It's actually Port Vale 64. So I apologize if there's any more mistakes on there because there were some there. So I know a couple of people that are actually there at the draw tonight. There's a channel called Jebo37 who I'm good friends with, and also Non-League Dash. They are both there. I can just see Ali McCoist now, who I met during last year's FA Cup. You Chump says, I'm a Man United fan. Please give us Macclesfield at home. Would United win that this season, though? Joseph says, I would love Chelsea away as an Exeter fan, also a Chelsea fan. That would be huge, wouldn't it? I spoke to Scott Palfrey from Exeter City's media. I'm still good friends with him. I think he's a part-time Villa fan, so he wanted Aston Villa at Villa Park. So keep your comments coming in. The draw is going to be starting very soon. Hereford's path, I have been following. Had Hereford got this far, we would be ball 53, which is Wigan Athletic, as they actually knocked out Hemel Hempstead Town, who got to the first round in our place. They knocked us out. So I'm looking out for a couple of people that I know. As I've just said, there's a couple of them at Brackley tonight. Non-league Dash is there. Jebbo is also there at Brackley. I think Jebbo's pitch side and Dash actually works for Brackley Town. So what's going to happen then? I can't wait for this. I love the FA Cup third round draw. So the draw comes from Brackley Town, from St James's Park. Not that one, not the other one. Brackley's St James's Park. So we've got people wanting Aston Villa against Birmingham. We've got people wanting Exeter to play Chelsea, and we've got Manchester United against Macclesfield. Those are the wanted draws. I bet Wigan get a really good away tie, because that's who Hereford would have had we got this far. But let's face it, it's a big ask for a team in the National League North to get this far. So they're doing the pre-match bits now into Brackley's manager's office with Joe Cole. I wish Hereford had got this far. In fact, I'd have taken first round for Hereford. I would really have taken first round for Hereford. The thing I don't like about the draw is I don't really like it when they've got all the chat at the start. You just want them to put the balls in the bag and do it, don't you? You just want them to do it. So not long now till the third round draw. 64 balls, 65 teams. We've got Brackley against Burton Albion tonight. And I always think this is cruel, because should Brackley or Burton get a really big tie, the loser misses out on that big tie. That is really quite cruel. We've got Peter Crouch there as well in the Brackley dressing room. Just out of interest, guys, what are your predictions for Burton Albion against, or Brackley Town against Burton Albion tonight? What do you think the score is going to be? I think Brackley will beat Burton. We saw Burton get knocked out at this stage last season on penalties to Tamworth. Also, how many of you agree with the replays being non-existent anymore? I don't agree with it personally. I remember when they did this from Hereford a few years ago. They had everyone in the bar at Edgar Street doing this, the draw, when Hereford were the lowest ranked side. That's going back about 10 years now. Looks as though they're coming through to at least start doing the draw now. 3-3, then someone to win on penalties. Well, I hope so. That'll be a great game. It'll be a great game. A couple of other ground toppers I know, like I said, they're both there. Joseph Ford says, I don't agree. I love the replays. I think everyone outside the Premier League loves the replays. I think that was a decision made by the greedy six, really, that wanted to scrap replays so they could expand the European competitions. So it looks like a big crowd at Brackley Town tonight. I haven't actually done Brackley Town, but it looks like a really nice ground. And I keep getting invited over there by a couple of other ground toppers, so I'm going to have to do it at some point. Has anyone in the chat been to Brackley Town St James's Park? It seems to be a bit of a ground topper hotspot, because I think they allow most vloggers to go pitch side. So Brackley against Burton Albion. I remember a few years ago, it was Hereford got a draw with Fleetwood Town, and we were 4 leagues lower than them. And we ended up losing the replay after we'd been drawn at home to Leicester City, which was not very nice. Brackley Town is one I need to do. Angelina says, stop name dropping. Did I name drop? Am I doing it subconsciously now? I didn't know if I did. So we just got Slough and Macclesfield highlights on screen at the moment. Macclesfield are actually the lowest ranked side left in the competition. There are, of course, two from step two. There's Western of the National League South, but Western are higher ranked as they're higher up the table than Macclesfield are in the bottom half. Western Supermare are pushing for promotion to the National League this season. Can Western Supermare make the National League, and could they sustain it if they do? Also, guys, let me know in the comments if you want me to live stream the fourth round as well. I know it's a long way off, But for me, once the third round's done and once all the non-league sides are done, that's almost like the interest has gone for me. I mean, last season it went as far as the fourth. Well, it went all the way because I followed the FA Cup all the way through. But of course, I had Exeter City, who were brilliant for 4 rounds. So my path last round was Exeter against Barnet. Exeter then beat Chesterfield and Oxford. Exeter then lost to Forest, who beat Ipswich and Brighton before losing to Man City. And of course, Man City lost in the final to Crystal Palace. Chump says, yes, stream the 4th round. I can do. If there's enough interest, then I will do. I think this round is going to go on a little bit. There's 32 ties to be drawn. I think after that, it's done in about 5 minutes. Like that second round tie was done so quickly. If Exeter get a big draw, I really hope Exeter get a big draw. I don't really know too much about it, but I have seen a lot of stuff online about Exeter's financial struggles at the moment. And I remember in the early 2000s, it might have been 2000, where they got Manchester United away. And I think that was kind of what saved the club in a sense. And their supporter own now. The Footy Channel says, hi, John. Hi, Tony. Who do you want Newcastle to get in the draw, Tony? Tony is, of course, a Newcastle fan. No, things aren't great at Exeter, are they? They're one of my favourite Football League clubs. Port Vale are also still in the draw. If there's any Vale fans on here, who do you want in the draw? There's some potentials because this falls on my birthday weekend, the 3rd round does. So if Exeter get a big tie or if Port Vale get a big tie, I'm going to be tempted to get across and go to one. Might even do like a hospitality package as well. So we'll see. I have got potentially Harborough against Spalding in the Southern League Prem Central that weekend, but let's see what the FA Cup throws up. Tony doesn't want a Premier League team. Thank you. I will be celebrating my last birthday in my 30s next month. My 30s are nearly done. Obviously, I don't look it, do I? So there is ad break at the moment, and I think the draw is going to follow. Again, once they start drawing the balls out, it's done so fast. Joseph says, happy early birthday. Thank you for that. I wish Hereford were in this stage of the competition. So, FA Cup 3rd round draw will be happening very shortly. Will Arsenal get a better tie? In the last few years, they have got Manchester United. I believe they've got Liverpool as well. Arsenal always seem to get a big team in the draw. The Footy Channel says, I cancelled my draw watch along as suffering with this cold and I keep coughing. I don't know if you've watched, people who watch my live stream know that I've been suffering with a sniffly nose for what seems like months now. So I think subconsciously I'm always sniffing. So that's one thing that I'm doing. But people will probably start noticing and commenting on it now. I don't think I'm quite so bad today. So we're just waiting now for the stream to come on for the 3rd round draw. Let's see if there's any numbers that we need to look out for. So lowest ranked team, number 45, is Macclesfield. Carabao Cup giant killers, Grimsby Town, they're ball 46. Ball 47 is Shrewsbury Town, famous FA Cup giant killers of recent years. Swindon Town are 48. National League South Western Supermare are 49. Barnsley 50. Boreham Wood, the last guaranteed National League side in the 3rd round, are ball 51. MK Dons are 52. Wigan Athletic are 53. Fleetwood Town 54. Salford City 55. Mansfield Town 56. Cambridge United 57. The winner of tonight's game, Brackley Town or Burton Albion, are 58. 59 Blackpool, 60 Walsall, 61 Exeter City, 62 Cheltenham, 63 Doncaster, and 64. Although it says it on my list that it's Bristol Rovers, it is actually Port Vale, unless there's something that I don't know. Yeah, it's back on now, Joseph. It did glitch for a while. Angelina says Ali McCoist, Exeter media manager, etc. Yeah, yeah. I just name drop all the time these days. Here we go. FA Cup third round draw. They are about to go into the third round draw. Who's drawing these balls out? I would love to be there. For me, being there at the draw beats being at any of the ties. I'd just love to be there to watch the third round draw. Like I said, there are a couple of ground toppers that I know. I can't see them on the screen, but they are there. I'm looking out for them. They've both got YouTube channels, Non-League Dash and Jebbo, both vlogging the game, I believe. So we got Joe Cole, I think, doing the home ties, and Peter Crouch doing the aways. There's a bit of a height difference between those two. Crouch is tall, isn't he? He's about 7'11". Come on, guys, get the balls in the bag. There's a lot of Brackley fans in there. A lot of Brackley fans there. So, last time, drop in the comments, who do you want in the third round draw? And what ties do you think it's going to throw up this year? Will we get some big Premier League ties? Will one of the non-league sides get a big Premier League tie? Are they going to show Ronnie Radford's goal again before the draw? So the draw coming from St. James's Park. The ball numbers are on screen now. I'm going to be looking out for 28, which is Forest. Last year's winners, the holders, Crystal Palace, a ball 13, Man City 22, Liverpool 21, Manchester United 23, Macclesfield 45, Weston-super-Mare 49. It's going to be good. I wish there were more non-league teams in this draw, honestly. I wish there were more. Buxton were 2-1 up at Cheltenham on Saturday at half-time. Ended up losing 6-2. So we could have had a few more. I think Sutton as well were beaten. I think they were beaten by Shrewsbury. Okay, guys, so the balls are going into the bag now. Peter Crouch is putting them in. They've got a long way to go with Crouchy putting them in. Let's see. FA Cup, third round draw. Who's going to be the first one out? Joe Cole is drawing the home. Peter Crouch drawing the away ties. I love this. I don't know if you can tell, but I love this. First tie, 43. Wolverhampton Wanderers are at home. That's the first tie. We've got Wolverhampton Wanderers against Shrewsbury Town. Wolverhampton Wanderers against Shrewsbury Town. That is a massive tie for Shrewsbury Town. Massive tie. Wolves against Shrewsbury is the first one. 63, I think that is. Doncaster Rovers have a home tie. I can't see many big sides wanting to go there. Doncaster Rovers are playing Southampton. Doncaster knocked Middlesbrough out of the Carabao Cup. Can they do the same to Southampton? 39 is Tottenham Hotspur being given a home tie. Tottenham. Can one of the non-league sides go to Tottenham? It's Tottenham against Aston Villa. Tottenham Hotspur against Aston Villa has to be the biggest tie. Will there be a bigger tie than that in this round? You kind of hope not. You want the non-league sides to get a big draw. Port Vale. Port Vale have another home tie. It's their third one in a row. Port Vale will play Fleetwood Town. How disappointing. No disrespect to Fleetwood Town, but how disappointing is that for either side? Preston North End are at home. We got Preston North End taking on Wigan Athletic. So if Hereford was still in the draw, we'd be away at Preston. Bit of a derby, maybe. Preston against Wigan. None of the non-league sides are out of the draw yet. 18, we've got Ipswich Town are at home. Ipswich Town at home. 2. It's Ipswich Town against Blackpool. Ipswich Town against Blackpool. So we got some big ties so far. Let's see what we got next. We've still got 5 of the so-called Big Six. 44 at home is Wrexham. First time Wrexham have been automatically into the third round for decades now. Wrexham are at home to Nottingham Forest. Wrexham against Nottingham Forest. That is a massive tie for Wrexham. Not sure Forest will want to go there. Wrexham against Nottingham Forest. Charlton Athletic, also back in the Championship this season, back in the third round automatically. Charlton Athletic will play Chelsea. So, sorry, Joseph, no trip to Chelsea for Exeter because Chelsea are going to Charlton. Charlton Athletic against Chelsea. 22 Manchester City are at home. Can Exeter, can one of the non-league sides get this? Come on, a big non-league team. Manchester City against 61, which is Exeter City. Exeter City are away to Manchester City. Exeter against Man City. I might have to try and get there. 42, West Ham United. Joseph, you've got to be happy with that. West Ham United against... It's West Ham against QPR. A bit of a London derby there. I can't get over Man City against Exeter. I can't get over that. West Ham against QPR is the next tie. Exeter fans, drop your comments below. Number 34 is out, which is Sheffield Wednesday. They're in a lot of trouble financially, but still a big place to go. Sheffield Wednesday are playing Brentford. Sheffield Wednesday against Brentford. 16 is the next one out, which I think is Fulham. It's Fulham at home. One ground I want to go to. Fulham will play Middlesbrough. So a lot of the big sides coming out. We've still got all four non-league sides, all four potential non-league sides coming out. 15, Everton at home. Everton at home. Jebbo said this will be Brackley. Everton will play Sunderland. Everton against Sunderland, all Premier League tie. There's quite a few all Premier League ties in this draw. I hope the non-league sides don't get drawn together. 21, Liverpool at home. How close was that to Everton, Liverpool? Liverpool are at home to 50, which is Barnsley. That was so close. One ball away from being Boreham Wood. Liverpool against Barnsley. Barnsley could beat Liverpool on current form. 9 is the next one out. Burnley, Premier League. Burnley, will they get another Prem side? It's Burnley against Millwall. Burnley v Millwall is the next one out. We've still got all of those non-league sides in. We've still got Manchester United. We've still got Newcastle. We've still got Arsenal. I believe that's Norwich. Norwich City are at home. Norwich City are at home. Ball 60 to Walsall. Norwich City against Walsall. These non-league sides. Number 30, Portsmouth are at home. Hereford got them at home a few seasons ago. It's Portsmouth against Arsenal. Portsmouth v Arsenal. Big tie for Portsmouth there. 14. We've still got all the non-league sides in. Derby County are at home. Very close to me. Derby County are at home. Yes, Joseph, I've seen that. That is amazing. Derby play Leeds. Joseph, you must be buzzing. Manchester City against Exeter. I'm going to see if I can get to that one for my birthday weekend, I think. 38. Swansea City against 41. Swansea City against West Bromwich Albion. We still have all four potential non-league sides. There's not many balls left. They're going to play each other at this rate. 55. We've got Salford City. They got Manchester City last season. Salford City against Swindon Town. Good chance for either of those to get into round 4. 51. We've got Boreham Wood. Finally, we've got a non-league side. Boreham Wood are at home. Who are Boreham Wood going to get? Boreham Wood against Brackley Town or Burton Albion. I knew they were going to get drawn together. Boreham Wood against Brackley Town or Burton Albion. Winner of tonight's game faces National League Boreham Wood. But that means There's Darren on the screen now. That means that's a very good chance that we might get, if Brackley win tonight, we've got a non-league side in round 4, so that's okay. Bournemouth against Brackley or Burton is the last tie out. 46 is Grimsby Town. Grimsby Town against Weston-super-Mare. That's not a great tie again for Weston-super-Mare. Grimsby Town against Weston-super-Mare. 17 is, we've got Hull City are out against 5. Hull City against Blackburn Rovers. Still Manchester United, still Newcastle, still Brighton, still Holders Crystal Palace in the draw. 26, Newcastle United are at home at St. James's Park. Newcastle United at home to Bournemouth. So, sorry, Tony, it's a Premier League tie for you. Newcastle against Bournemouth. Not many left now. We've still got Macclesfield in the draw. 52, MK Dons. MK Dons will play Oxford United. MK Dons against Oxford United. Can Macclesfield and Manchester United are still in the draw? Can we get that tie? 62 is the next one out. Cheltenham Town are at home. Cheltenham Town are at home to Leicester City. Big draw for Cheltenham. That's a big one for Cheltenham. I just hope Macclesfield can get a good tie because the other non-league sides haven't got the best ties. 57, Cambridge United are at home. Cambridge United are at home to Birmingham City. There's still some big ties for Macclesfield here, potentially. 8 is Bristol City are at home. Bristol City home to Watford. Macclesfield are going to get Mansfield, aren't they? Bristol City play Watford. So we've got 4 ties to go. 36, Stoke City. Stoke City are at home to Coventry City. Stoke City against Coventry City. Big tie that. Stoke against Coventry. Yes, that tie might save Exeter's money issue, Joseph. 3 ties to go. Macclesfield are at home. Macclesfield, there's 3 Prem sides in there for Macclesfield. Macclesfield against Crystal Palace. Macclesfield against Holders Crystal Palace. What a draw that is for Macclesfield. Are we going to get Man United against Brighton? 23 is Manchester United. Manchester United, can it be Mansfield Town? No, it's Mansfield against Brighton. Jake Topless, if you're watching, your 2 teams are playing against each other. It is Mansfield are playing Sheffield United, but where is it going to be? It's going to be in Sheffield, I believe. Sheffield United against Mansfield Town. Sheffield United against Mansfield Town. Well, the biggest draw there has to be at the Etihad. Manchester City versus Exeter City. It just has to be, doesn't it? It has to be the big tie. What do you guys think of that draw? What a fantastic tie. I am so happy for Exeter City. Whether I can get a ticket or not, I'm so happy for Exeter City. With the financial problems they've got at the moment, that may potentially sort those problems out. What a great draw that is. Manchester City against Exeter City. So the draw has just disappeared off the screen now. So I'm going to try and... Oh, here we go. Wolves against Shrewsbury. Doncaster v Southampton, Tottenham Villa, Vale Fleetwood, Preston play Wigan, Ipswich v Blackpool, Wrexham against Forest, Charlton against Chelsea. Wrexham against Forest is a good one. Man City versus Exeter, West Ham against QPR, Sheffield Wednesday, Brentford, Fulham v Middlesbrough, Everton v Sunderland, Liverpool v Barnsley, Burnley v Millwall, Norwich v Walsall. Portsmouth against Arsenal, Derby v Leeds, Swansea v West Brom, Salford against Swindon, Boreham Wood against the winners of tonight, Grimsby against Weston, Hull against Blackburn, Newcastle against Bournemouth. That's going to be my birthday weekend. You're welcome, Exeter City. Birthday present for me is a birthday present for you. MK Dons against Oxford. We got Cheltenham against Leicester, Cambridge against Birmingham, Bristol City v Watford, Stoke against Coventry, Macclesfield v Palace, Manchester United against Brighton, and Sheffield United against Mansfield Town. What a draw. Yeah, the non-league sides, I don't think they're going to be... Macclesfield against Crystal Palace is a good one. I think Boreham Wood and Brackley or Burton are going to be disappointed in that. Weston-super-Mare being drawn away at Grimsby. I think that's the first time they've ever made it to the third round, and they've got Grimsby Town away. Again, no disrespect to Grimsby Town. It's a big tie, but Weston would have wanted the tie that Exeter got. Macclesfield against Palace, yes. I am going to see if I can get to the Etihad. My birthday weekend will be another magical day with Exeter City. Spenny fan Chris, yes, Macclesfield against Palace is great. Aston Villa, Matthew, are away to Tottenham. Aston Villa got Tottenham away. There were quite a few all Premier League ties. I think Chelsea, it's not an all Premier League, but Chelsea went to Charlton. Let me just find these ties again so I can go through. It is a tough one, that Aston Villa Tottenham. Let's hope the teams this season actually do take the FA Cup seriously. All right, let's go through these quickly. I'm going to go through these and then I'm going to end the stream. So, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Shrewsbury Town, Doncaster Rovers v Southampton, Tottenham against Aston Villa, Port Vale against Fleetwood, Preston against Wigan, Ipswich against Blackpool, Wrexham versus Nottingham Forest, Charlton against Chelsea. This is the one, and this is the best one. Manchester City against Exeter City, away at Tottenham, Matthew. West Ham against Queen's Park Rangers. Sheffield Wednesday play Brentford. Fulham play Middlesbrough. Everton v Sunderland. Liverpool v Barnsley. Burnley v Millwall. Norwich against Walsall. We got Portsmouth against Arsenal. Derby against Leeds. Swansea against West Brom. Salford against Swindon. Boreham Wood against Brackley or Burton. Grimsby against Weston. Leicester were drawn away to Cheltenham. It's Hull against Blackburn. Newcastle play Bournemouth, all Premier League tie. MK Dons against Oxford. Cheltenham Town against Leicester City. Cambridge United v Birmingham City. Bristol City against Watford. Stoke against Coventry. Macclesfield versus Crystal Palace. Manchester United against Brighton. And Sheffield United against Mansfield Town. What a great draw that is. What a great draw. Exeter was so good to us last season that they deserve this draw. They've got another big Premier League side. Exeter away to Manchester City. Got to be happy with that. What do we think of the draw, guys? What do we think of it? Joseph is still buzzing about it. Okay, Manchester United, Brighton at home, yes. There were a lot of all Premier League ties, but also there were a lot of all lower league ties, which is quite disappointing to see, really. It's, there was a lot of the smaller clubs meeting each other. That has to be the best Christmas present. Yes. Bristol City have Watford, Jammer Hammer. Is there a bigger tie in the round than... I know, obviously, we've got all Premier League sides, but we like to see the giant killings happen. We got Man City against Exeter. Edward says, why do we have Bournemouth? That's not the best draw, is it, really? And I'm not sure whether... Will Newcastle take that one seriously? Who knows? Right, guys, I am going to end the stream there. Thank you all for joining. What a fantastic draw that was. Drop a comment below if you want to see me stream the fourth round in a few weeks' time. I think it's just over a month's time, and we'll see. I might stream it. So thanks everyone for coming on. I hope you got the tie that you wanted. My next vlog is from Notts County tomorrow, as I'm going to Notts County against MK Dons. And Joseph, that's an easy one. Exeter will be in round 4 again. Easy. Thank you all for joining. See you in the next one.